Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All, the show for Panthers fans by Panthers fans. If you would like to come in and be a part of the discussion that we are going to be having here tonight about these first place Carolina Panthers, then by God, you should get on up in here and do it. Join via StreamYard. I pinned the link to the top of the YouTube and the Facebook chat. We appreciate y'all, man, and we appreciate that you spend your Friday evenings here with the C3 Panthers podcast. Plenty of room. You already see it's just me and Pickle up in here. So if you want to be a part of it, jump on in, boys. We got a lot to talk about on the show tonight. Panther Pickle. These once upon a time bad news Panthers who could never do anything right are first place in the NFC South thanks to a last second field goal from the Atlanta Falcons. Pickle, your team is in first place. What's up, brother?
Woo!
Woo!
I want to shout out the haters who said, as long as Bryce Young's our quarterback, we'll never be nothing. Shut the hell up.
Damn, I feel called out.
I want to shout out those who hated but are hiding because they got the balls to show up. Shut the hell up. Now,
Or
I
do
want to shout out G Baby. I want to shout out G Baby, who at the beginning of this offseason, even through scorn and ridicule, and I did some of it, that said we were going to win this division. Damn, bro. You might have been right all along.
Listen, as of right now, the Panthers, when you look at the playoff seeding, we are currently, let me bring this up so that way everyone can see. The Panthers are the 4th seed in the playoffs. That's right. That means if the season were to end today, there is a playoff game in Bank of America Stadium. Can you believe it? This is really absurd. Pickle, we talked about it a little bit before the show.
Right.
This Panthers team has been such a roller coaster ride this year. We haven't played football in 12 days, and yet here we are atop the division. So, by the way, we mentioned this on the Tuesday show. The Panthers can have all this wrapped up by week 16. So, the Atlanta had to do their job last night. Check. The Panthers have to do their job this Sunday against the Saints.
Right.
Hopefully, that's a check coming up. Then, next Sunday after that, if the Panthers beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, buddy, it don't even matter what happens against the Seahawks in the final game against Tampa. The Panthers are going to the playoffs, baby.
Hell yeah.
So, Pickle, this is my question. Can we get it done? Because the last time we were supposed to play the New Orleans Saints, we were feeling damn good going into that performance. We thought we were going to go in there and stomp a mud hole into the New Orleans Saints in our stadium, in Bank of America Stadium, and we didn't get it done.
Nope.
Is this Panthers team fool's gold, or are we getting hot at the right time?
We're getting hot, but one thing I like, and I said this on my podcast on the Blue Black Attack on Monday. One thing that I like, Dave Canales watched the Saints game and Bucs game at home.
Mm-hmm.
The players watched it. You know as well as I do, and I haven't read anything, that they watched the game last night. But so I believe that this game is in their head. This game is, we fucked up last time. This is an opportunity for us to unfuck it up.
Yeah.
What's done is done, but they can improve on what they've done. This ain't the same Panther team that they took on before. We're completely healthy. We are completely healthy.
Yeah.
Not only is Robert Hunt running around in practice and looking fine, but I found out today that David Moore Jr. could start physically working out next week. Means he could return from the IR list as well.
This bye week was really a blessing in disguise, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Like, look, I know it's late in the season to have these buys. What was it, week, what, 12, 13 that didn't end up being a buy? But man, when you're talking about getting healthy right before the most important time of the season, like this has really been, a blessing for a team that's looking to compete down the stretch here in December, going into January. Um, Shout out to old school Panther fan, been a member for 34 months. Says we have to take care of business the next two games. Pickle, I'll tell you this: I was not expecting Atlanta to win last night. I was fully prepared for the Panthers to have to go in there and take care of business. That's
Right.
really what I was expecting to have to do. But, dude, how about Atlanta? Dude, like when no one expected them to do anything,
Right.
they go out there. Kyle Pitts has a good performance.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson looks like Bijan Robinson, and they
Yeah.
got the job done. And I think another appropriate way to frame the question is, who do you trust more? The Panthers being a good team, or the Buccaneers only winning two of their last six games? Like, this is a team that is really going downhill very fast. Todd Bowles gave an interview last night, and he was dropping F bomb after F bomb after F bomb. This
Right.
Tampa Bay Buccaneer team, they're really hitting a downhill slant at this point in their season. So it's, do you trust the Panthers to be good, or do you trust that this Buccaneers team is going to continue to regress as they appear to be doing right now?
I really expect I think the Panthers are getting good at the right time. I think they're learning. They're learning what they are as a whole. I think Canales is learning what he can call and what he really needs to steer from calling out. That don't mean he ain't going to make a mistake or two, but it's going to happen. But I think they're learning as a whole. And to be bluntly, I heard something said by Rich Gannon today on WFNZ, or excuse me, I'm sorry, on XM radio, that I nearly fell into the machine I was working on.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, and a buddy of mine standing here said, "You all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good. I need to go to the bathroom." So, and I went to the bathroom, and I'm thinking, "What the fuck did I just hear?" He said, whether people realize it or not, if you really closely look into it, he said in the past month, Bryce Young's played better football than Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. Dude, look at
And
this. Look what I just pulled
uh,
up. The best win loss record in one score games is the Panthers. We
right,
are 6-1 ahead of the Chargers, Broncos, and the 49ers. So
exactly.
clearly we're doing something right. Thank you to Eric for the 18 months. He says, we're handed the
Right.
division on a platter. But hey, man,
No,
dude,
we're
we have
not.
been believing in this team
Mm-mm.
before,
No, we're not.
and it
My
didn't
friend,
end up that great for us the last
we're
time.
not. No. Let me clarify that. And because I was thinking the same thing at work today. Then I thought about it a great deal more, and we're not handing on the platter. They've opened the door to the restaurant and say, "Come on in."
Yeah,
We have to walk in the door.
and we got to pay the
It's
bill.
like it's like
No dine and dash.
yeah, because we have to go and beat the Saints. We have to beat the Bucks.
Yes, sir.
And we all know that with our current win-loss record, we can't walk in thinking, it's a piece of cake, don't worry about it. We know that. So we have to win this division. Now, are we at the top of the division? Yes. But if we're not handling our business, Bucks can reach out, take that division, and
Yeah.
walk away, giving us the middle as they walk away.
Yeah, and where the Panthers are favored, which God, I wish it wasn't this way, but the Panthers always give their worst performances when we're favored. However, I'm hoping that because of what happened last time we played the Saints, that now this is a revenge-minded Carolina Panthers who know that they're playing something. Let me welcome in my bro Christian Sigma Panther back on the free for all, brother. What's up, dude? How you living, man?
I'm living. I just started a vacation. I don't have to work at all next week. Got to use them before I lose them. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Hey, our team is first place in the NFC South, brother. It could always
And
be worse. We know
and we
that
didn't even,
firsthand.
yeah, we didn't even have to do anything in what, 12 days?
Yeah, 12 days. We haven't played a snap of football, and yet here we
Yeah.
are, sitting
And,
pretty
and,
atop the division.
and hey, guess who else Bryce Young is playing better than lately?
Who's that?
Trevor fucking.
All right, y'all say goodbye to Christian. We appreciate you, bro. No, for real. Hey, but you know what? I will say though that I was looking at the stats for a lot of the quarterbacks around the NFL. There's some good quarterback play, which is why I'm excited for this postseason in general. Like when you look at a lot of these teams, there's some really good signal callers under center. But yeah, Christian, how do you feel about this team? Are we frauds? Or, are we, is this fool's gold? Or can the Panthers actually prove that we are worthy of this number one seed and go out and beat the Saints in the Superdome? By the way, before you answer, the Saints right now, in the past month, the New Orleans Saints statistically have a top 5 defense in the NFL. Crazy.
Damn. Yeah, man, we're up and down all year. We're a little bit bipolar, so but the door's been open and the opportunity is there to prove the naysayers wrong, to show everyone what kind of team we are, for the coaches to show everyone, the fans, the front office, the other teams, everyone, in the world what they've been working on and whether or not they're willing to take the bull by the horns and storm into the doors. Same thing with the players. So I think they've done really well. I've been very impressed and pleasantly surprised with the development, because when people go down or when you see like 10 different combinations on the offensive line, you don't really see much of a setback. You see more of like maybe just a couple miscommunications here and there. There's definitely room to grow though. Like Canales says, and I ain't trying to fanboy right now, but I'm just calling it out like it is.
Do it,
I don't think
fanboy.
I don't think we have seen their best football. I have always
I
been critical of Bryce, but I think I'm being real when I say that. Look, I love that he's doing well. I like that he's been an underdog in my eyes at the same time, but he does have some limitations. But hey, I think this has been a great coaching job, but could be better because they have looked like crap sometimes. So I don't know, man. If I'm them, I don't see how I'm not hyped. Like I got pretty hyped. I even made a hype video that I share with you, man. That's so it's
Mhm.
been many years since we've had an opportunity to go to the playoffs right now. And
Yeah.
they'll show us whether or not they deserve it.
So, we're talking about the matchup with the Saints this Sunday, and obviously we have to win. We have to go out there and assert our dominance. If we win the next 2 games in a row, by the way, have the Panthers won 2 games in a row this year?
Yeah, I think they did. Didn't like Jets and Cowboys or Jets and
Yeah,
Dolphins.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so we did. But listen, our competition is the Tampa
you
Bay
want to know one
Buccaneers.
thing, Cody, though? You
Yeah.
want to know one thing, as you just mentioned about the Panthers have won 2 games. The Panthers haven't lost 5 games in a row this year, like the Tampa Bay
That's the
Buccaneers.
damn truth.
I don't think the Bucks did either. I think they got a win in
Yeah,
there
they did.
somewhere.
Well, they won. They've lost 5 out of 6.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Dude, so that's what I'm saying. This Tampa Bay Buccaneers team is really on a downward
Right.
spiral. Their
Right.
defense is all out of sorts.
Right.
Dude,
I think there's
I
going to be a
wanted to
lot of people lose their job.
I wanted to play this because the this is the voice and the face of a man who is watching his season crumble away before his eyes. This is Todd Bowles
Yeah.
after the game.
And he ain't nice. Be warned, those with
You don't make excuses. You gotta fucking care enough where the shit hurts. You gotta fucking care enough where the shit hurts. It gotta fucking mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your fucking livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? Well, you can't sugarcoat that shit. It was in the fucking excusable, and there's no fucking answer for it. There's no excuse for it. That's what you tell them in the locker room. Look in the fucking mirror.
Look in the fucking mirror. By the way, I don't know how I feel about that Tampa Bay creamsicle. Some people love it. To me, it's like, I don't know, man. The sherbet color, really? I don't know.
Right.
But you know what, man? I do. I appreciate the emotion from Todd Bowles. Like that. That's kind of how you want your coach to sound. I don't know if I depend on that Tampa Bay Buccaneers team to get back on track. Although historically, the Panthers have been in get right game for a lot of other teams. Let me welcome in my bro, Surfside Steve, back on the free for all. Steve, how are you, brother?
Hey, excited and waiting for Sunday, man. I tell you,
dude, I'm pumped. We're first place in this division. How are you feeling about the Carolina Panthers right now? Do you think that we are fool's gold, or can we go out there and prove that we are worthy of that first title of the NFC South title? By the way, if we went to the playoffs, it would be the first time in 10 years that we've had a home game in Bank of America Stadium. In a decade. That's incredible, Steve.
Yeah, I know. Right? Oh, I'm excited. We're very healthy. We had a week to figure things out, and our opponents seem to be crumbling. I do want to thank the Atlanta Falcons, though. They were great for us this year. Who did we shut out?
Yeah.
Who we beat the second game? The Falcons. What happened last night? The Falcons. Plus, the week before, the Saints beat the Falcons, which makes us take the Saints more seriously. So 4 good reasons why the Falcons helped it this year.
Dude, isn't that weird that we needed the Saints to beat Tampa, and they did. Now we needed the Falcons to beat Tampa, and they did. Now we just need the Panthers to beat Tampa. Bro, that'll be some shit if they're not able to get some W's against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
We really didn't need them to beat it. I believe we would have won anyway, but they could help. We don't mind.
Yeah. I mean, so by the way, Alvin Kamara is out of the ball game. So, traditionally he's played his best ball when he plays the Panthers. Like, I don't know. This is a dangerous team, the New Orleans Saints. Like I said to Christian earlier, right now they're a top 5 defense. But can our offense continue to trend in the right direction and show out in the Superdome? Which I do think Bryce is a better quarterback playing in a dome than outside. So I do think that does play in our favor. But yeah, how do y'all feel?
Well, I'll say this, man. So our problem against the Saints last time was we couldn't get the running game going. You guys can correct my memory because I have a crappy one, but I know that they tried. At least I remember they tried running the ball. I think the issue was we couldn't unlock the passing game when they were stopping the run. So this is a great opportunity, like you said, in a dome for Bryce to show up. And I hope he does.
Yeah,
I think they're going to do great. I remember the press conference after this first Saints game, and Bryce looked so pissed and mad and just like ready to kick somebody's asses. See, I mean, he never is like that. And then I'm seeing, and plus I think J.C. Horns got to come back and have a great game. He's probably pissed about his performance too. So a lot of people need to show that they are not fake. They're not just bluster.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me welcome in my bro Jake, the Snake, back on the free for all. Jake, what's up, dude?
Man, I am doing great. Trying to chow down right now, but I'm on cloud 9, y'all. I'm so excited for this team. We're first in division right now. And I'm just very excited to see what this team's going to end up being at the end of
That's
the season.
Jake, before you finish chowing down, just tell me how you feel that your team is in first place in the NFC South. Tell me, can they keep it up? Can they maintain their first place status?
They can. I mean, I to be honest with you, it's been such a long time since I've had this feeling where with playoff hopes, aspirations, as you can say, that I mean, it's almost like an unknown feeling, like a recent feeling, I should say. But I mean, I've said this for weeks now. Pickle can atone to it. I've been saying that if this team at its best, at its very best, can beat any team. But they have to be firing on all cylinders. The defense has to be great. The offense has to be great. Special teams has to be great. Like all that has to be working for us. But if it is working for us, I'll take on anybody. I don't care.
Bring them on. Anyone, everyone, anywhere at all. We gonna fucking take them on. I mean,
And
look.
hey, Jake. Well, I was going to comment on what Jake said. You know, I think that's what separates great teams from the rest is that they could play their best, and we can expect it. You know, so it's reliable and they do it often. And I think that's what this team's finding out that they can do, and they just need to get used to it, man. They just need consistency.
Consistency.
Right.
That's what we've been needing this whole season.
Mhm.
Consistency. Like, I don't want to feel uneasy going into this game against the Saints. And I know it's any given Sunday. Any team, I mean, just seeing what's happened recently. The Falcons and the Saints beating Tampa. But, I mean, crazier things have happened. But it's like traditionally in these big time moments, the Panthers tend to let us down. I don't want to feel like that. Like I'm getting my hopes up for nothing. So that's what I want. I want the Panthers to prove to us that there's no reason to doubt. I mean, obviously we're pulling for them, but there should not be a reason to doubt this team going forward. Whereas last time we felt this way against New Orleans, we put out a stinker, man. We just did not look prepared. Even the players admitted it. The players admitted that there was sort of this lethargy in the locker room and during practice building up to that Saints game. We can't have that this time.
Right. And I think actually in a lot of ways, losing the last game, in a lot of ways might have helped us out because it might have helped us to not take the Saints lightly going on. The Bucs did that. The Bucs beat the Saints, humiliating them the first game. And when the Bucs came to took on the Saints, it was like, we're going to beat them easy and no sweat. All of a sudden, before the Bucs realized that they had their nose bloody and they're getting ass whooped. I mean, sometimes winning the first game of a matchup doesn't necessarily help you out in a fight. So I have faith in the Panthers. And is it blind faith? Yeah, kind of. You can say that. But I'll be honest, I choose to have it that way. I really do.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not I've seen a lot of Panther games, y'all. And they all haven't been pretty. But the best ones that I've seen are ones that we have to get up because we got our ass whooped and we fight back.
I just hope that everyone, when we do play the Bucs, that
Right.
everyone's picking Tampa. Because when we played, like G Baby says, the Cowboys, the Packers, and the Rams, everyone thought that we were going to lose.
Yeah, everybody's picking the Panthers in this Saints game. The more we win, it's going to be. I have no idea who the national media is going to pick next week, but it's looking. The NFL has to do it 2 or 3 weeks in advance. And I've talked to some beat reporters and said there's really no way the NFL can move next week's game to prime time now.
I hope they don't, Pickle.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, they can't because they got to give
everybody
has to have enough time to adapt, and it's just. But the best thing, or I don't want to say the best thing. One thing about it, if the Panthers win the division, we should get a couple primetime games next year.
And I
Yeah.
tell you what to
Which would
expect
help
too.
our friends in California.
Go ahead,
Expect
Jake,
the
and I'm going
bank.
to do someone.
Expect the bank to be rocking, folks. I'm telling you, man. That fan
Oh
base is
yeah,
coming back. They're showing up. That Rams
yeah.
game right there it proves it to you, man. That
Are you going to go to that game,
fans.
Cody?
I might have to if they make it there. I think it would be a
Yeah.
disservice if I didn't. But
I'm just
yeah,
glad
let
to
me.
see it back, man.
I'm telling you, man. Let me
I want to
welcome in.
hear. I want to
And,
hear the bank rock with the keep pounding from one to the other.
and you
I
know
want
it's
the
probably going
loaded.
to be looking at the teams that we would be playing. It's a blue blood team. It's either going to be the Bears or the Packers or the 49ers. Probably the 49ers. But dude,
The
that's
Bears fans went from disliking Panther fans to being all right with them to
yeah.
since
We're like kindred
now.
spirits
Yeah,
at this
now no,
point. Like I don't
not
understand
now.
it.
We ain't. They were number one, and when Tampa lost to the Bucks, or excuse me, when Tampa lost to the Falcons, for whatever reason, we went to 4, and they went to bottom. They bottomed out. So
Yeah.
they're still there is a wild card now, and Bears fans are pretty pissed, and a lot of them are blaming us because they're at the bottom because they're a wild card. But
Well, hey man, win out, and then everything will sort itself out. Let me welcome in
that's a fact.
my bro Alex, 814 Panthers in the building. Alex, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, Cody? Hey, happy Friday, everyone. Hope you guys
Happy
are doing
Friday,
well.
brother. Happy Friday, man. Your team currently sits atop the NFC South. How are you feeling about this team? Tampa is in the midst of a downward spiral. Can the Panthers capitalize on this moment, maintain that momentum, and actually earn first place and beat the Saints this Sunday and potentially even Tampa the next Sunday?
I'm going to just throw this out here just because I think that Rams game that they won a couple weeks ago, Carolina, like that was a statement game. That was a game that like they came in, they won. No one, even us on the panel, none of us had them winning that game. And I think them winning that game and going into the bye week and like seeing what the Bucks have like spiraled and seeing what's going on, I think there's belief in that locker room that, like, to be honest, I think they could win out. If everyone's playing the way that they're playing, I think they can win out the rest of the games and just go in lightning in a bottle and be a tough out in the playoffs. I truly believe that. Obviously, you got to focus on the Saints this week, and kind of like what Pickle was talking about. I think it was a little bit of a blessing that we lost to them because we're definitely going to be locked in this week. And it's going to be a tough game. It's a division game on the road. And New Orleans is playing with house money. They got nothing to lose for them. So they're going to play hard. So we're just going to have to show out this week. And I think I think we're going to win out, honestly. I think we're going to win the rest of our games this season. So
do you think the Panthers are going to continue to pound the rock? Like that seems to be the way the Panthers
They
play
need
their
to.
best football when they're running the football effectively. And now I'll say this: I think Chuba Hubbard is playing like the old Chuba again.
Healthy.
I feel like
He's
I
healthy.
feel like the old Chuba that we saw most of this year was kind of an injured Chuba with that calf injury. He just wasn't playing like himself. But then you see against the Rams, the dude came alive, and I felt like it was our best running back in that game. Like, is that how you beat this New Orleans Saints team? Just pound the rock, run the football.
yeah, I mean, you got to pound the rock. I think like you brought it up, Cody. He was probably banged up all year. Chuba, same with Coker. I mean, he's picked it up a little bit. Those are guys that were kind of banged up at the start of the year, and it's taken them a little bit of time to get implemented. But all I see is going up from here. Honestly, we have to run the football. Don't turn the ball over, and play good defense. That's our recipe for Carolina football to win is running the football, don't turn it over, and play great defense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just seeing what this team has done in big moments this year, it's like there is a third gear that the Panthers are able to switch into. And, even seeing some of these guys right there, like Teterow McMillan, when he's able to break out for these 2 touchdown games, to me, all of those games where your passing attack is the most potent is when you're able to run the ball effectively. We didn't do that against the 49ers. We didn't do that well against the New England Patriots. But if we're able to be a balanced football team that allows our defense to play fast, we can play ball control, keep the ball out of the opposing offense's hands. Like, that's the type of Panther football that I think we need to continue to play as we get into late December, early January.
Yeah, I hope we don't. I mean, I saw some stat that we're pretty good on fourth down. I mean, obviously, I don't want to lean on fourth down, but we've been like we're kind of like how Detroit was last year.
We're damn near automatic, Alex.
Yeah,
I mean, ain't that crazy to say? We're damn near automatic on fourth down.
Right. I mean, I don't want to lean on that, but yeah, we're a team that anything's possible, man. Even on fourth down, we could go for it, and I have a lot of confidence in this team, and we're getting healthy at the right time, which is, I mean, it's huge. This last month of the season is like super, super important. We're 2 wins away from winning this division. I mean, like, we could see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think these guys are going to be ready. I think these boys are going to be ready this week.
Yeah. How are we feeling about the? Well, go ahead, Steve. You're going to say something.
I think that the most important thing coming up right now is that Chuba is healthy and good, because he makes the whole team just fly on his back. And I think Rico was getting a little worn out over time. That's why he had trouble later in the game. So I think now Rico can do his thing. And, of course, Chuba can do his thing, which is just do it. Now, we'll see the Chuba we saw last year, which we all loved. So I think that's the biggest change we're going to see on the team that's happening at this point. I'd like to get Robert Hunt back, but I don't think that's as important as a healthy Chuba.
Well, he was practicing. There's videos of him moving around and practicing. What I'm hoping is that if the Panthers do squeak into the playoffs, that we can have Robert Hunt back by the time we do get to the playoffs. I think that would be a big boon to our success, especially how injured we've been on the offensive line. And that's another, point that I really want to drive home, how impressed I've been with this team, is that a really good team can win with the depth on their roster. The Panthers have had a banged up offensive line all year. We've had multiple people play right guard, a couple people play center, and yet for the most part, the offensive line has been one of the most consistent part of our teams this whole year. So I think that's a real testament to all the guys on this offensive line, but also this offensive scheme that Canales and Brad Enzik have us running. It feels a little bit plug and play at certain points.
But it's also great that the tackles played every game but one each. So that's very important. It was the middle that we had to really play around with, but the tackles were there every week, inside and out, and you can't put enough the praise on those dudes too.
Right. No, absolutely. How are we feeling about our defense going into this matchup? I feel like Tyler Shough, he's played some good ball. He hasn't always played very good this year, but for the most part, Tyler's had some good moments. We've seen J.C. Horn and Mike Jackson just ball out. We don't yet know if J.C. is going to be able to go this Sunday. We don't know if he's cleared concussion protocol. But to me, I say when those two are healthy, J.C. Horn and Mike Jackson are 2 of the better tandems of corners in the NFL.
Yeah.
Can the Panthers continue to take the ball away from the Saints?
They're gonna have to. Evero's gonna have to scheme up some pressures, because like last time we played them, we were kind of getting to their quarterback, but there was times where he had enough time in the pocket and was able to like extend plays. So we're gonna have to get some pressure, and once we get a little bit of pressure on their QB with Tyler Shaw, it's gonna be he's prone to throwing interceptions. He is, but at the same time, he can make some big throws, and he made some big throws against us last time, and that's been our Achilles heel. Has been just not getting to the quarterback.
Hey, Sir Stat, get the audio in your ears if you can. There's some background noise. But also, let me correct myself. J.C. Horn has been cleared to play.
Yeah,
So JC is playing. Yeah, JC is playing against New Orleans. And look, am I wrong in saying that the past few weeks, the Panthers defense, or the last few weeks that they've played, the Panthers defense has been one of the more opportunistic defenses in the NFL. Like, if your team is taking the ball away, you're generally winning football games. And I feel like we're doing that well this year.
I know our coverage has been pretty damn good for the most part, because if it wasn't, we'd be getting killed by the lack of sacks that we've had this year. So we definitely been covering pretty damn good in the secondary. I'd say this. I was actually surprised with the secondary, because I thought maybe our defensive line would be better than our secondary, but I'd actually say that our secondary is better than our defensive line, is even as good as Derek Brown's been.
Yeah. Let me welcome in my boy Anthony back on the Free For All. What's up, Ant?
What's up, boys? How y'all doing, man?
Chilling, brother. How you doing, man? How you feel about your first place Carolina Panthers?
Oh, man. Haven't been able to say that in a long time. Listen, I'm feeling really good, man. Last night was fucking crazy. Excuse my language, but the way the Falcons just helped us out, man, I'll forever love Kirk Cousins for that. Yeah, man, I'm feeling great, man. Listen, I think a lot of y'all hit on the points. I don't really have any depth analysis. The bottom line is, like, these boys, they're ready, man. Everyone off the injury report, it tells me everyone is locked in. I feel like if this was like a meaningless game, a lot of people may have been held out. So I'm fully confident in our guys. First time around we played New Orleans. Not a lot of film on Shuck. And Kamara isn't playing this week. And that dude, for some reason, I mean, you can look at the numbers. It's like he plays his best games versus the Carolina Panthers. So I am not disappointed that he is not playing. So, pound the rock, got everyone back healthy on defense. Cade Mays starting again. Feeling really good, man. I mean, these Buccaneers are spiraling. They're spiraling. So it's awesome to see. 2 more wins away, man. 2 more wins away from...
Be careful with Devin Neal. Devin Neal's still a good running back on New Orleans.
He was nasty for Kansas.
He's a good running back.
He is, for sure. But New Orleans is playing stingy. I like our chances, man. I mean, listen, Bryce versus the Bucs and the Saints. I think he's a combined 1-7. So, like, dude, he's due, man. He's due for breakout games versus these teams. So I think it's all right in front of us. We'll see what happens. It's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah. So the injury report is as follows. So Claude and Cherilus with a concussion, J.C. Horn with a concussion, but they've been cleared. Cade Mays, Lathan Ransom, and Christian Roseboom. So we're looking, they're all looking to play this Sunday. And, man, that's such a big deal for us, because if you are going to stop Devin Neal and stop them from running the ball, you're going to need that defensive front seven to check in. And I think Roseboom has been, I would say more than serviceable. I don't think there were any super fans of Roseboom before the show or before the year started. But even though he kind of started slow, he really turned it on. And I believe he leads the team in tackles. I believe. I'm not certain on that. But I think Roseboom, that's a real big addition to this team right now. I want for us to simulate some more pressure. I know that Rivero doesn't do that a lot. He doesn't show blitz a lot. But right now, the Carolina Panthers, I believe we're bottom 2 in the NFL in terms of getting sacks. So we need to change that, man. We need to hit this Tyler Shuck guy, and I think that's going to rattle him and cause the Panthers defense to play as opportunistic as they possibly could.
I think Morin is going to be very important coming back from his suspension because he's
Yeah.
going to I can see him blitzing and running up the front and causing havoc. And I figure you have a good corner behind him to protect him. So I think Morin is going to be like like dog on a leash, let him loose,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Trayvon Moore, baby. And by the way, that's actually a good point because I want to bring this up. I want to give kudos to a certain person, and that's Dan Morgan. Dude, Dan Morgan has helped to build one hell of a defensive unit, one hell of an offensive line, and just in general, he has built this Panthers team to be in this position to be number one. This was a post by ML Football, and I felt that he did a really good job of laying out everything that Dan Morgan has done to build this team up. So we'll go through them all. So you hire Dave Canales. I'm still very high on Dave. He's had some up and down performances, but I'm still a believer in Dave Canales. You draft Ted Aroa McMillan, elite number 1 wide receiver. You extended J.C. Horn to a $100 million contract. You brought in Trevon Moore, who's been an absolute thumper on a 3-year, $51 million contract. Rico Dowdle has had a breakout year this year. You drafted Nick Scorton and Mitchell Evans, who have both been big-time contributors for the Panthers this year. These two are probably the biggest ones to me because this is why you let go of Brian Burns. You let go of Brian Burns to sign Robert Hunt to a $100 million deal. You signed Damian Lewis to a $53 million deal. Then you traded away 3 wide receivers who were doing nothing at all for this team, minus Adam Thielen. But if you looked at what he's been doing lately, Adam Thielen has seen his better days of football. So Deontay Johnson out of here, Jonathan Mingo out of here, Adam Thielen out of here, and not to mention $100 million in cap space by 2027 and 7 draft picks in 2026. Boys, I'll be damned if that doesn't deserve a round of applause for Dan Morgan. That, boys.
How about Michael Jackson too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
For a 7th rounder, that's like nothing, man. It's
we need to see
love
more
it.
from Turk Wharton and Bobby Brown. What's up with Bobby Brown? I haven't seen him. I thought he was going to be a good pickup for us at nose tackle.
I feel like situationally he's been okay. He's had some flashes, but I feel like our defense is very much a group effort. That we don't have someone, especially on the front 7, minus Derek Brown, who's always incredible. We really don't have that bona fide superstar on the defensive front 7, but all of our defense in tandem, they're making it happen. I mean, this defense, in my opinion, has been easily the best part of the team this year.
Yeah, he's done well. I mean, better than what we've seen in years. It really makes me wonder when he
I
was.
think we're one pass rusher away from being a top defense because if you can get to the quarterback, then then all your other players look better. So I'm hoping that's what we'll go for next year's draft, which will be a very late draft choice, hopefully.
Yeah.
Same. That's what I'm hoping. Boys, out of all the moves that Dan Morgan has made, what has been your favorite? Or which one do you think has been the biggest contributor to the Panthers being in the position that we're in right now?
The
I'd
Mike
say
Jackson one stands out to me.
All right.
I was going
Mike
to say that.
Jackson.
I was going to say the rookie class is in general. I think we've had an incredible rookie class that I've never seen before. I mean, I'm honestly blown away with how our rookies have performed this season. I really have.
Yeah.
I think Taylor Rowe was the whole rookie class is great. I agree, but I think taking Taylor Rowe with number 8 was the key, because we all talked defense, and we went for an offensive player who had a loose, skeptical history, and now we're very grateful to have him. Plus
That's
the
Roy.
defense, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be the draft, and then also, I mean, if you're gonna just talk about a free agent signing, it's gonna be Rico Dowdle. That guy's gonna have 1,000 yards rushing this year. He picked up the pieces when Chuba was out and really turned the season around with those 200-yard rushing games. So yeah, my goes to Rico this year for sure.
Yeah, dude, Rico's a huge one. To me, I kind of say T-Mac. Like, T-Mac is looking like the offensive rookie of the year this year. You know, and I had some doubts about T-Mac coming out of the draft, but he has been nothing but incredible. Like, really, really incredible. I love what the dude is doing. And, boys, I think we also need to give some love to Trevon Moore. Like, this dude has been absolute thumper in our backfield this year. Like, Trevon Moore is that heat-seeking missile I feel like the Panthers were in such desperate need of at safety. And now we have that. Like, he has fit our defense like a glove. He's like the type of, like, he embodies what Carolina Panthers football is. Rough, downhill, smash mouth football. And since we've lost Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis, even though he plays safety and not linebacker, he has been the closest thing to replacing those two since we lost them.
I would have loved to seen him, Jeremy Chin, and Ransom play together. Like that, to me, that would have been amazing.
Oh, yeah, dude, that would have been incredible. But right now, this team, they're playing their best football. I wanted to ask y'all this, right? We have some guys that are going to be free agents next year. Who is the most important to re-sign going into next year? I mean, I know we're still focused on winning this year, but Ike Ekwonu is going to need a new contract. Rico Dowdle has played incredible. He's going to need a new contract. Cade Mays, who is, for my money, been our best center this year, he is also going to need a new contract. Like, out of those names I just mentioned, and unless you can come up with another one, who is the most important free agent signing that the Panthers need to make and renew their deal after the end of this season?
So who do you have there? Because my list says what? Coker, Mays, Dowdle, Roseboom. Did you have anyone else?
Yeah, Coker, Mays, Dowdle, Roseboom, Ike Ekwonu is probably going to need to get. And Ike has been healthy all year, so he's been very dependable this year too. I see a lot of love for Cade Mays in the chat. Let me tell you.
I would have to say. Well, first off, isn't he going into his fifth year?
Next year is his fifth year.
Yeah, next year.
So, I mean, I would say immediately would probably be Cade Mays because he's on the offensive line. I'd like to see Dowdle resign.
I think resigning our left tackle and center are the two biggest things. I don't think Cade May would cost too much at this point anyway. So I think those two are the most important. I think with Brooks hopefully being healthy next year, Rico is important, but maybe not vital to our future. So if he wants to walk for real big money somewhere, he should be allowed to do so. But I'm going to miss him if he goes.
Yeah, and Christian, you brought up a point that I completely forgot about. Jalen Coker is also going to need to be re-signed at the end of this year. Bro, I just started to get used to what Coke means to this offense. God, I don't want to lose him. Who would y'all be able to stomach losing more, Rico Dowdle or Jalen Coker?
Gotta keep Coker, man. He's got the best hands I've seen in years.
He does, man.
I would say, I agree with, sorry, I forget his name, but I would want to keep, I love Dowdle, man, and he brings something to our offense. He's a beast. He runs angry. I really, really want to keep that, but running backs have a short lifespan, and
Yeah.
he's going to cost money. I mean, I want to find a way to keep them all for next year if we can.
Yeah. And let me welcome in my bro, Al the Sailor. Al, what's up, dude? Welcome back on the Free For All, bro.
Good, Cody. What's up, pimpin'?
Yo, what
What's
up, bro? Yo, your Panthers are the number 1 seed in the NFC
No,
South.
not my Panthers. Our Panthers.
Our Panthers. Let's go.
Get that right.
Yeah, man. Let me ask you this:
right there. I'm sorry to cut you off, Cody, but no, we got to keep Coker. Rico Dowdle can go. I mean, like, Rico's doing really good right now, but I mean, running backs are a dime a dozen. You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I know.
Well, let me make an argument for him though. So a dime a dozen, but we didn't see those fucking dimes before he tore up the Dolphins and the Cowboys.
We seen that dime last year. His name was Chuba Hubbard.
We didn't see 200 yards from Chuba.
That's why we paid him. I mean, we ain't seen 200 yards, but we seen consistency.
Okay. Hey, you're making the argument that I usually make. So my point is that, dude, Rico has just been something else for us this year.
Yeah,
not the entire year, but he's
him going for 200 yards for 3 games straight. That's crazy. Now that's dope. That's fucking awesome. But it's tough though. It's tough to fucking. I mean, like, I don't think we can pay this guy the money that he needs. You know what I'm saying? The money he wants and needs. You know what I'm saying? So let him go get his money somewhere else, and then we just bring up Jonathan Brooks, and then Jonathan Brooks, if he can stay healthy, he'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's gonna stay healthy. But that's just between me and the panel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, one day it came at Kwanu top. Yeah. Left tackle. That's a pretty penny. Like, that's, I feel like corner and defensive end are probably the only, and quarterback, obviously, are probably the other 2 higher paid positions. But if you're paying the left tackle top dollar, that's going to be very, very expensive. Do you think it's going to come down to signing Icky and letting Cade Mays walk, or are we going to have to choose between the 2? Or is there a way to keep both of them?
No, Cade Mays can kick rocks. I mean, if it has to come down to either or, it's going to be Icky. Come on now, stop that.
Cade Mays has been
Cade Mays can kick rocks. Cade Mays is not. He's a center.
Yeah, but that's important.
Why are centers less important? I mean, let's be real. Let's be real, bro.
Because they're centers. Because they're centers. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Okay. So who replaces him?
Fucking somebody like in the 5th round. What are you talking about, Pickle?
I don't know. No, let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Y'all don't want. I view our offensive line as more important than a slot receiver or a running back. Okay, this is a lame argument because Rico Dowd is a free agent. Okay, Chuba Hubbard's already here. You got a guy named Jonathan Brooks that's wasted time on injury reserve for 2 years.
Yeah, on IR.
Okay,
exactly.
let's if the problem that other teams are having, we don't have because we put money and time into our offensive line. If we strip that, that, then we'll be no better than any other team across the league.
So let me ask you this, Pickle. Are you saying?
No.
Hold on. Let me ask Pickle this. Are you saying make sure that you re-sign Icky and Cade, even if that means even if that means you let go of Coker and Rico Dowdle.
Absolutely. Our
Okay.
offensive line
Fucking Rico
is
can
more
go.
important
Rico
than
can
any
go.
other lame
What the
wannabe
fuck?
weapon.
But Al,
Yeah,
what about
I said it.
Jalen Coker? What about Jalen Coker, Al?
No, not Jalen Coker. No. We gotta definitely re-sign this fucking kid, dude. I think he's hungry, he's young, and we gotta get him in the game plan. I mean, just to let him go for free. No, to go where? Nah, I don't think we should let this guy go. No. Jalen Coker, yes, resign.
My thing
Rico
is that
Dowdle,
this line.
Rico Dowdle, he can go. He can kick rocks.
All right, let me
So,
let Al then I'll introduce someone. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say
Alex.
we got to pay this line like Pickle said, because we saw when we didn't have a line with Bryce Young, and it wasn't pretty. So I mean, Bryce Young needs a line so that way we could keep him upright. We could figure out the other pieces around him later. We have Xavier Legette. We have Teteroa McMillan. Like, yes, I love Jalen Coker, I do. But if you're asking me which player would I like, which would I prefer? No, we got to keep. You win within the trenches, man. That's where you win. Your defensive line, your offensive line. Get pressure, like blocking pressure, all of that stuff. So you gotta bring back your offensive line, keep the continuity going. That's what you gotta do. Austin Corbett's probably gonna be gone, so you're gonna have to bring these guys back.
Yeah.
And so, Cody, your original question I thought was like,
And don't forget Brady Christensen may have to
Icky
come
or
back
Cade Mays?
too, and he can play center or interior. So,
all right, one at a time. Go ahead, Christian.
So wasn't your question like, who would you pick first, Icky or Cade Mays?
Well, I mean, yeah, just for the sake of discussion. I mean, ultimately, I do agree with Pickle. I would like to do everything that we can to keep this offensive line intact, like Dan Morgan did this year. But, you know, if you're paying top center money and top left tackle money, that might be hard to do.
Always going to be icky.
Yeah, but you're also
about?
but Al, you're also
Stop that. That's a
devaluing.
dumb
You're
question.
devaluing the center position way too much. If you want to say left tackle is more important, that's fine.
It's
but
way
literally,
more
the
important.
center is the one who gets the ball to the quarterback, and he's also checking protections for the offensive line
just look
before
at
the
the
play
NFL,
even starts.
Cody, just look at the NFL, Cody. I mean, they'll tell you that.
Go ahead, Jay.
The NFL tells you that the left tackle is more important than the fucking center.
I know, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that the center isn't important, though. Hold on, let me let Jake in here. Go ahead, Jake.
We got to do whatever we can possible to keep this offensive line intact, keep it great, keep building on to it. I don't care what comes behind signing our offensive linemen, but that's got to be first and foremost what we do. I mean, we have learned in the past not having a great offensive line hurts this team dramatically. I don't care who the hell we have out there. So we got to keep this offensive line great and keep building on it. That has to be first and foremost most of what we do in this offseason.
I'll say this though, if for some reason we could only resign one of the two between Icky and Cade, I'm signing Icky.
Cody.
Cody has been important.
You gotta sign Icky. What are you talking
Hold
about?
on, let him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead, Christian.
Yeah, Mays has been important, but he's also been a little injury prone too.
Yeah, no, he has. Hey, I want to let somebody end the show. Let me welcome in Chooks back on the free for all. Chooks, what's up, dude? Chooks, do I got you? You're muted, bro. All right, we'll come back to Chooks. Surfside City, what were we gonna say?
Yeah. No, you gotta sign Icky. You gotta sign Icky because he's the more important player. I mean, I know you like centers and shit like this, but god damn it, come on now. Icky at left tackle.
Al, you're massively disrespecting every center in the NFL.
Yeah, center is very.
I mean, you're like saying fuck it. We'll just put a long sniper in there at center. Fuck the motherfucker.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yes, it is. That's what you're telling every son of a bitch.
I'll get out there.
I mean, you did say a fifth round pick. Wait, Al, you did say
that, bro. We got Ryan Khalil.
But you did say draft in the fifth round pick.
Ryan Khalil's 199 years old.
But wait a minute, Al, you did say draft in the fifth round pick. and let them be center next year, like that would be able to replace him. Like that's kind of feels like you're saying, well, whatever, whoever we can get to play center, it doesn't really matter too much.
No, I don't think he's
Interior
saying
pressure
that.
is the word.
I mean, it matters.
I
I mean,
believe
it
in
I
that.
don't
matters.
Interior
think
But
so.
pressure.
it's not that
100%
fucking
what he's saying.
important, dude. I mean, like,
Oh, yeah, there you go. Center's not important.
Can I
Okay,
can
then.
I
All right, that's
interject,
my
please?
point. If you're a running football
you can
team and you're going to
stand
put
up,
the
dude.
money into 2 running backs, and you may have to pay a quarterback in the future, and then you spent top picks on running backs in the draft, yeah, you know what? Fuck re-signing a drafted free
I'm
agent
not.
wide receiver.
Let
All
me
right, let
not
me get
interject.
Chooks in. Let me get Chooks in. Go ahead, Chooks.
So let me get a couple points. The other guy is speaking about Icky. A left tackle is more in center. If you know football, if you just don't know football, left tackle is more important than center. It just is. Icky's going to get paid. Huh? Yeah, left tackle is more important than the center.
No. My bad.
Oh, no, let him fit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, keep talking, dude. My bad.
Left tackle is more important than center. If you had to choose anything else, if they pick the center before they pick the left tackle, the whole league will laugh at you. That's pretty
Well,
much
if
it.
you give a fuck, they laughed at us when we drafted Bryce Young. They
Well,
laughed
okay,
at us
but-
when we
but go
drafted Brady Christensen.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chooks.
A left tackle is more important. And with that, you have to use your resources to draft and build the offensive line. The reason why, or you're going to end up in a situation where Justin Herbert is running for his life, in a sense that if you don't retool an offensive line, it's always the most important part of football.
Yeah, that is Herbert is
you
running
see,
for his life.
no, just injuries with Herbert and his old line. I mean, Justin Herbert, they actually drafted for this guy to be protected, but injuries just took over. I mean, if you're two starting left tackle, right tackle get hurt, they done for the season. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, they drafted to protect this guy. You know what I'm saying? If there wasn't,
They lost Slater and Alt.
I want to interject here.
Yeah, let me get Anthony in. Go ahead, Ant.
Real quick. Sorry, boys. On the road, but listen, I don't know if the question is phrased as like if we had to choose one, or if it's like no, or if we're already putting it out there that we can't sign both. Because I was on this train last year, man, and like I've learned more about the cap. I think they'll be able to sign both, and like the reason is just the way the cap is set up. But if you're asking me, man, we got to pay Ike Ekwonu. It is the left tackle's more important, man. It just is. I mean, I don't want to go back to you guys know how it was with Cam Irving as left tackle and all those other turnstiles. Like, it's really more important than the center. And that's not to say like we can't replace Cade Mays if he was to walk, because I guess that's the other thing too. It's like good offensive linemen aren't on the market that often. You know, like that center that the Bears.
Hey, thank you. And
hold on.
And
let him finish.
Because
hold on, brother.
Hold on, let him finish.
Hold on, brother.
Go ahead.
You know that center that the Bears got, Drew Dahlman, from the Falcons this past offseason. That dude got signed like right as free agency opened. Like his agent had already set him up with a fat ass deal, because that's how important linemen are. It's the same thing with receivers too, right? Like, just premium guys aren't going to be on the market. So in my opinion, you got to go Icky first, but you got to find some way, I feel like, to keep him back here. Maybe he falls under the radar like Brady Christensen, and maybe you can pay him like short or long-term, but short AAV, meaning like he gets like a 3-year deal, but maybe he only costs you like $20 million. I don't know, but we'll see. I heard some talk about Coker and guys like that. Listen, I just don't think Rico's going to get re-signed. I think he's going to get paid somewhere like Breece Hall. I think him and Breece Hall are going to get paid a good hefty price this year. Coker, listen, I know everyone loves him. I think he's solid. I don't think he's like this insane player that we can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think he's very replaceable.
He's not going to be costly.
Yeah. Like if he wants to come back and he probably won't cost much, sure. But I think overall, man, I think we don't need to argue. I think Dan Morgan will know what he's doing. I think a lot of the guys we have to re-sign, like you have to make a decision on Icky, but after that, it's not like, oh, are we gonna lose like Derek Brown?
Yeah,
it's nothing like
right.
that.
I think you're undervaluing Coker. I think Coker is more like a McCaffrey or a Ricky Prohl. He's a really good second receiver. I think that's what he is. I think that's what Coker is.
Well,
And we need something like that. You know what I'm saying? With Ted taking all the fucking goddamn attention, we need something like that to help us get over the fucking hump. You know what I'm saying? A second great receiver. I mean, like that's not it. Let's be honest. Like that's not it.
Al, I agree. And here's my thing. But this is my major question. We need to ask ourselves, what do we honestly do with Leggett? Because he's kind of like
fucking cut his ass, dude. Fucking goddamn, get him off the fucking team. That's what we fucking do. We cut him.
They're not gonna fucking cut him. They spent too much money and draft picks on him. They're not cutting.
They're gonna let him play.
They're not gonna cut him.
At the top of their lungs for.
Yeah, they're letting him play out his contract.
Dan Morgan drafted Xavier Leggett. He stood on that field. We traded him up.
Hey, Pickle, I know you're hot. Hey, Pickle, I know you're hot, but what did Mike Singletary say? We can't use them.
It's a boulder.
We can't use them. We can't use them.
Wait.
We can't use them. What the fuck we need them for? Get them out of here. The fuck? God damn it. Get them out of here. If we can't use them, what the fuck we need them for?
No, the way I was phrasing it is that, like, I'm wondering, like, are we ever going to see, or is he ever going to get in position where he's going to get a decent amount of targets in this offense again? What I'm essentially, I'm asking the panel, like, what you guys think?
Well, I would say this. I don't think XL is going to be cut, but I do think there is an argument to be made that a healthy Jalen Coker,
he's not going to get cut.
A healthy Jalen Coker has been more important to this passing offense than XL has been. That being said, I do agree with what Chuk said, that he's probably not going to be that expensive to re-sign. So I feel like Dan Morgan can probably figure out a way to get Jalen Coker back on this team. And as much as I hate to admit it, out of all the guys that we're talking about re-signing, if there is an odd man out, it's probably Rico Dowdle. And Rico's been incredible this year.
It's going to be Rico.
And Rico's been incredible this year, but I feel like it's the bottom of the totem pole.
You can't commit that much money to the run. Go ahead, Jake. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say, I think we're going to be able to actually do more stuff this offseason than a lot of people think.
Okay,
I mean, we got Brand Tillis. Brand Tillis knows how. I don't care how much money we have in cap.
Can I ask you a question now? I'm asking you a question. So you're for. I mean, it's going to take about 2 minutes. So give me time. Do you? Okay, Icky's going to get. You want Icky paid, right?
Yeah, Icky's been great this year,
Cool,
man.
cool.
I mean, you look at the metrics. He's
been great.
Yeah, he's been great.
Yeah, he'll get top 10 left tackle
cool.
money.
We'll pay Icky. You want to pay K Mays?
No, he can get cut.
Yeah,
I just know you.
I'm asking Jake.
I'm paying K Mays because it's not going to cost much anyways.
I'm not paying K Mays.
You're not going to find a center any better.
We can find a fucking rookie at the fucking draft. What are you talking about?
One time.
Next question.
How many centers since Khalil retired?
Next question.
Let me.
I'm sorry, but centers just don't. They don't just grow on trees, brother.
Okay,
you don't design them out.
You don't think so?
Let's
drop the rock.
No, they don't.
Listen to the fucking goddamn guy talking.
Right.
What's up?
All right, I'm going to.
Yeah, you need to remember that shit, dude.
All right, go ahead, Chooks. Let Chooks answer finish this question. Go ahead, Chooks.
Okay, so Jake, with that being said, you're going to have a top 5 paid tackle. Remember, the 2 cards you're playing: Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis, a center, Taylor Moton. You already have Derek Brown, J.C. Horn. You're going to allocate all of that money, but also pay Rico top 10 money in running back?
Rico's
Nah,
Like
not
we
that's
have
not
to
gonna happen.
re-sign
I'm not
not
saying that
Bryce?
either.
I'm not paying Rico.
I'm not.
I'm gonna let
That's my
Rico
point. Where's
walk
the
the
money
free
coming
agent.
from,
You have two
Where's the money
other
coming
running
from,
backs
Jake?
waiting in the ranks. Waiting.
Exactly.
Like,
And
we
Yeah,
don't sign a running back.
Trevor Etienne and Jonathan Brooks definitely factor in to the equation. So as much as I hate to see Rico go, like I said, he's the bottom of this totem pole, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I mean,
Jake, that's what I'm saying, Jake. A logical question.
I got you
Where's
next
his money
time.
coming from?
yeah, no worries.
Where's his money coming from?
Well, my only
Yeah.
point was I said that we're going to do more stuff than you think we're going to be able to do. I didn't say nothing about we're going to sign Rico and all that. I just said we're going to make
That's
more
why
moves
we
than
pay
you think.
that's why we pay
All
that's
I
why we
said.
pay Brandon Tellus to. But I'm gonna
So
answer your question on
let me
where
ask.
you're gonna get this money.
So let me ask you a question to the panel then. So if this team is able to sign our free agents and have them return, if at least for just a year, let's say in the case of Rico Dowdle, let's say we keep him a year and whatever it is, are you guys going to be pissed because we can't go then sign like some random free agent?
Bro,
Probably.
I
They
got a
probably will
rebuttal.
be.
I got a
They
rebuttal. We're
probably will
not
be.
gonna re-sign Rico. He's done. He's done. It's a 1-year wonder. Whatever. That's it. And
I like
No,
to
it's
talk
not a
when you get
1-year
done,
wonder.
Cody.
This is 2,000-yard season. This year was the prove year deal for him. He's gonna get a contract.
yeah,
Him
he's
and
gonna get a
Brees Hall
contract
are gonna.
somewhere, but it's not gonna be with us. Yeah, I agree
I
with you, Anthony.
agree.
I agree with you, Anthony.
Yes, he's not getting
But it's
paid.
not gonna be
He's
here
not
though,
getting
brother.
paid.
I'm not saying he's
He's not getting
a
paid.
bad player, dude. He's a great player. He's fucking really good right now. It's a running back.
He is.
I'm not gonna say
We just
that he's
have
not
too
gonna
much
get a contract. He's gonna get a
But
contract, but it's not gonna be with us, dude.
but you can't.
We can't afford it right now, dude. We're gonna fucking run back Chuba and Jonathan Brooks. That's what we're gonna do next year.
Wait, hold up. I told Al that it could go Al and then Christian. Because Christian had something to say
Oh
too.
no,
Go ahead,
Christian
Al.
can go, man. I mean, that's
I
pretty
know,
much.
but hold up. But let me go
Just
to
got it
Alex.
off.
Let me
I
go to
just got
Alex
it off.
first. Go ahead, Alex.
My bad, bro. I just got it
Yeah.
off.
No, I was gonna say, like, as far as like the free agency goes, like you said, Cody, Rico's probably like on the bottom of the totem pole. But I mean, like, wide receivers go. I mean, guys like Bryce Tremaine, David Moore, Hunter Renfro, those guys, like, they're probably on the bottom too, like, as well. So I could see us bringing Coker like easy with the money. Obviously, our left tackle is the most important. That's easy, but I think we need to put some money on the defensive side, on that defensive end position, or find someone in the draft, hopefully.
Trey Hendrickson.
That could
Why
come
would
in.
you?
I know that.
Yeah, that's
Let me
Al.
If you don't think
Let me
Coker's
ask a
not
question.
getting
That's the big
re-signed,
move.
dude.
That's the
Coker,
big
no,
move.
if you don't think Coker's not
If
getting
the if
re-signed,
the if
dude,
the
what?
Panthers made a big move in the offseason, I would want it to be a splash move.
We don't
Like
need
Trey
him though.
Hendrickson.
That's the thing. We don't
We're
need
bottom
him, bro.
two in the NFL
We
in
don't
We
sacks.
need Trey
do.
Hendrickson.
We
Trey
don't
Hendrickson's
get
hurt
Let me
right now.
sacks.
We don't
let me
need
ask y'all a
him, bro.
question.
We
Let me
don't
What are
ask
we
y'all a
get
question.
talking
sacks.
about right now, dude? We don't need him, bro.
Well, hold
We
on,
got
let
a
me let.
young team,
Hey,
and we're in the
No, we,
playoff picture. What are you talking about? We
well,
don't
hold
need
on,
him, bro.
hold on.
Yeah,
Let me.
if you quiet down a little bit and let everybody else
Well,
talk,
hold
we'll
on.
find
Let me,
out what they're
all right,
talking about.
so hold on, Christian, and then Surfside Steve. Go ahead, Christian.
No, man, I asked my question. It was just whether, like, if because I know how Panthers fans get, man. You guys get all fucking fussy all the time when we sign a player, don't sign a player, sign a free agent, don't sign a free agent. It's fucking, we're in fucking December and y'all are
Crazy.
fucking bitching about who we're gonna fucking re-sign. I get the debate, but like, if Tillis and the front office were to able to bring back all of these free agents, keep the guys, keep the train going. Are you guys gonna get all pissy if we don't sign a Trey
Well, I
Hendrickson?
will
I'm
get
telling
on.
you,
Absolutely.
Well, here's the thing.
Hey, no. Straight up question. Do we need Trey Hendrickson right now, dude? Do we
Yes.
need him right now, dude?
I would say
No.
to take a next step.
Do we need to hurt Trey
from a
Hendrickson right
pass
now,
rushing
dude? To
perspective.
take the next step.
I don't
To
think.
what,
Look,
dude?
right now
fucking
we're in.
goddamn
Right now
playoff
we're
game?
in. Listen,
What?
right now we're first place in the NFC South.
Come
I
on
don't
now, bro.
think that we
See, that sounds
need
fucking
him,
retarded
but
to
we would
me.
be a much better team with Trey Hendrickson than without him.
Can
I
I
think that goes without.
No, the next step is winning a
we
Super
can
Bowl, man.
save
We got to win a Super Bowl.
$4.5 million by cutting Tommy Tremble. There's cuts that can be made to save us money. It's Brandon Till. There's extensions that can be done to save us money. Brandon Tillis is paid a lot more money than anybody sitting on this panel right now or anybody listening to figure this shit out. And he gets paid for it. He
Cody,
says
can you hear me now?
he's comfortable and we have no
Okay.
problem. I believe in it.
I'm going. All right, go
Well,
ahead.
you
Let me
cut
know-
Tommy
let me know
Tremble, that's
Steve.
crazy. Why would you
Well-
want to cut Tommy Tremble? He's an integral part to this team. He makes
Because you
plays.
drafted somebody last
You
year to
don't
take
fucking
his
see
spot.
the
We could
players
just replace
doesn't
it
mean
with a
that he's not
5th-round
good,
pick.
dude.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
replace-
wait,
Well,
We'll
he makes the
replace
plays,
him
though.
Well,
with
I
a
mean-
7th-round
Bro,
pick.
he plays fullback. He plays tight end.
Nah,
He fucking
yeah,
blocks.
tight end-
He catches.
tight-
He does everything.
Ow.
He's wide open on fucking certain
Tommy
passes.
Tremble has less than
Hey,
200 yards on the
tight ends grow
That's
on trees
crazy,
just
dude.
like centers do. We'll find a
That's
tight end down the
crazy,
road
bro.
somewhere.
Y'all
All right,
niggas
let me
can't
go
cut
to
Tommy
Steve.
Tremble. That's fucking crazy,
Kane
bro.
Mays played fullback and was a better job than Tommy Tremble. Fuck
Nah,
it, we
nah,
line
nah,
Kane
nah,
Mays
nah,
and
nah,
tight
nah.
end.
For you to fucking,
All right,
for
let
you
me
to
go
you're
to
gonna cut Tommy
Steve.
Tremble, dude. That's fucking wild, dude.
Let me go
Fuck
to
that.
Steve.
Hello?
Surfside
Yeah,
Steve.
it's
Go
not as
ahead.
wild as Kane.
We got a rowdy free for all today. Let's go. Surfside
damn,
Steve.
Before
Steve,
Steve speaks, dude,
I gotta leave soon, so I want to get my
Bozeman,
score
Pat
prediction.
Elfline,
does he
Matt
remind you
Martin,
guys of David
all
Tepper?
our bums.
All right, hold up. I'll drop the fucking rock again. Steve, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Drop it.
Panthers are going to win 34-17. They're going
All
to
right.
dominate.
34-17. We're
They're
gonna
going to
beat the
dominate.
Saints.
They're going to dominate. They're going to run the hell off, and the Saints are going to say, "What the hell was that?"
Let's go.
Keep pounding.
Beat the Saints. Keep pounding, Steve.
Pounding.
We can save
Keep on-
$4.3 million by cutting Bobby Brown. And he ain't done jack shit since we signed him.
All these contracts that Brent did are very, like, there's like no dead cap hits from any of them.
Right.
He's just a
Right.
genius. Can I just go back to the Hendrickson thing?
Yeah.
Reason I say that is because, like, let's just hypothetically say we get in the division, we win a playoff game. Year 3, and this is what the beat reporter said, they also think 2026 is the jump year 2. I can just see Dan Morgan making his first big splash. On the defensive side, if it's like a N'Kobe Dean in free agency, if it's a Trey Hendrickson, someone that's like a proven top tier at their position player, I can see him making a splash. And I think for the people that said we don't need help on the defensive line, we certainly do. We still can't get pressure. And I don't know if that's an Evero thing or a player thing, but it's one of the two.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, one of these comments about to
What?
somebody
Which one?
said XL has hooves for hands.
Dude, look, I'm the type of person I want to be in XL's corner. We need to see more from him. I meant it when I said it earlier. I feel like Jalen Coker, when he's healthy, has been a more dependable option than XL. Like, we need XL to blossom into a certified number 2 wide receiver that we can depend on in moments, when T-Mac is double teamed or when we're not running the ball effectively. Some of those slants across the middle of the field. I know when we were at FanFest, they threw a pass to XL that he took for a touchdown. And I wish that we would get him involved in more of those yards after the catch type of plays. But I don't feel like we're seeing a lot of that from him this year. I do want to transition back to this a little bit. I don't know if I got Anthony on this. Anthony, did you trust more in the Panthers being a good team going forward to win the NFC South, or are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just that bad as a football team right now?
Yeah, so in my opinion, I think the momentum's going our way. I don't think they're a necessarily terrible football team. I just think that they have a bunch of locker room things going on and not as confident in their coach. And I just think that we have the edge right now. I mean, we're coming off a bye week, and people still aren't picking us to win. Like, I just feel like we still have that underdog mentality going into this last stretch. So I think we just have the upper hand right now.
Yeah, I agree with Anthony there. I think they have some sort of locker room stuff going on. I don't think they really believe in their head coach over there in Todd Bowles. I think everything you said, Anthony, was like spot on. I just think the reason why we're still underdogs is we have to prove it. It's been years, so we have to show that until we can prove that we can win meaningful football games, we're gonna be underdogs until then. So we got to focus on the Saints this week. It's a big game, like I said. It's on the road. It's a division game. Saints are playing with house money, so I mean, we just got to lock in and win this football game on Sunday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We need to, Cody. We need to raise the floor. Our floor this year has been looking pretty shitty. So
Yeah.
if we raise our limit our worst games to few and far between, and we are consistent, then that's the path to go, because that's why we're fucking underdogs to take the division right now, because we've been so up and down. Nobody knows. I mean, people literally have little shows, like on their shows, they're talking about how so unpredictable we are. On one hand, some teams are scared of us, and they should be, but on the other hand, we might show up like we did against the Saints and 49ers. So, but I think we're definitely ascending. Definitely ascending.
Yeah. Do y'all trust this team to be able to make it this year? Like, to actually go all the way? I mean, listen, the rest of our schedule as is right now, we have the Saints on the road, we have Tampa,
Not every time. A
we have
few times.
Seattle, we have Seattle at home, and we have Tampa on the road to finish the season. Can the Panthers go 4-0 the rest of this season and finish 10-6 going into the playoffs? Is that possible for this team?
I think we went
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they win out.
me
I
too.
said in the beginning of the show, I think they win out. I think that Seattle game, that's a tough game. Obviously, their defense, I respect their defense a ton. I respect JSN, Sam Darnold, like they've all been playing well. It's tough to travel from West Coast to East Coast and play I think they're playing a 10 o'clock game. That's tough. Or it's 1 o'clock your time, but it's 10 o'clock West Coast. So that's tough for those West Coast teams. I mean, you saw it when we beat the Rams. They weren't ready. But if we beat the Saints this week and we beat the Bucks, I think the Bucks, the last game of the season, they're checked out. I think we win that game too. So, yeah, I see us going 4-0.
Yeah, buddy, dude, that would be incredible if we were to finish this season 10-6. Like, man, like, I mean, I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse, but like, I'm really thinking, can this team do some damage in the playoffs? Like, looking at the teams that are available or that are in the NFC playoff picture right now, it's a lot of teams that we've beat and teams that we were pretty close to beating. Even the 49ers in prime time, we didn't win that game, but that game was a lot closer than people remembered. And there was also a couple plays where it was just lack of execution, like that one play that I remember Pickle showed of Jatavian Sanders just not picking up the block for Chuba. And then if he does, that's probably a touchdown.
Cody.
You had Bryce, though, a couple boneheaded interceptions that could have went the other way. But it's like, I feel this team can be competitive against every team in the NFC right now. Go ahead, Christian.
I was just gonna say, man, there was more than just a couple instances against the Niners. Like what'd we get? Like 4 turnovers?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
4 or 5. The defense just did everything they could to give us that win, and our offense was just horrid. So that, again, I think we're ascending, but this is games like the Niners and the Saints are why people are worried a little bit about our being consistent and being able to win the division, and I am too. Because, dude, it's Friday. Well, we might be singing a different tune here in less than 48 hours.
Yeah.
If they're not ready. So, but if I'm hoping they are. It's just, oh man, I still got a little anxious energy in me.
Yeah,
With
we could
Sunday.
we could be looking
Yeah,
at
who
this
doesn't?
completely differently. Like we could be looking at this. If we lose to the Saints, we're gonna be
I-
like, oh no,
I-
like now it's the game against the Bucks. Now we gotta see if we can win that one.
I was going to tell Pickle, I think those last two games does matter. Even if we win our next two, those last two are going to matter too, just mainly because of the seeding. Because I think we could potentially get at least a third seed if we win out. I don't know about
Well,
a second
the
seed or a first.
the seeding depends on the seeding really depends on to
Overall
me it depends
record.
on before that. It depends on what Green Bay does in the next two games.
Yeah.
Whether Philly wins against the Cowboys in the game they got coming up. So it's those games like that are like the Bucks and that are like the Bucks game against the Falcons. They're division games, and that means something to those teams playing in them, whether the rest of the NFL realize it or not. And one loss to a division game could knock a team from the number 1 seed to the 7th seed, kind of like Chicago got.
Yeah.
I'm about to say,
No,
if you see it,
but I
the
mean,
way that the
but
NFL's got
yeah,
these schedules, they got a lot of these late games, division games. They really
right.
do.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what
they plan
that's
that.
what they do every year now. They make
Yeah,
sure
they plan that.
that the division is decided at the end of the year, which I love.
It
By
does
the
shake
way,
the football up. Yeah.
just for the purpose of the conversation, if the playoffs were started at the end of today, pretty much, the Panthers, we would have the 4th seed, and we would be welcoming Seattle to the bank in the playoffs, just like we did in 2015. Ain't that a bitch? That's insane.
Yep.
But
Yep. And so,
yeah,
so,
none of
so,
these teams scare me, to be honest. Like
so
even
it-
even Philadelphia. Like if y'all been watching Philly, that offense, they've got some issues, and I could easily see Jalen Hurts throwing a bunch of interceptions to Mike Jack and J.C. Horn at this point in the ball game. But none of these teams scare me.
I'd rather play San Fran again. Honestly, if I had to choose a team to play, that's who I'd want to play.
well, look, y'all understand that though. Here, you're gonna you're gonna take on week 17. You're taking on Seattle in the bank. Then week 18, you're gonna take it on the Bucks
Yeah.
in Tampa, and then wild card weekend, which would be week 19, you're taking on Seattle in the bank. You're going to take on Seattle twice in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's rough.
So, I mean,
we could still end up playing.
and again, the seeding matters. In the AFC, this week the Bills and the Patriots both will make the playoffs, but the seeding matters.
Yeah.
If,
You're right, Pickle. I mean,
so
look at the Bucks too. They dropped from 4th to what, 9th or 10th?
The Broncos and the Packers are taking on each other this week.
Yeah.
If the Broncos beat the Packers, how far will they fall?
Dude, the Panthers could have theoretically
the Rams as
the-
well.
theoretically, the Panthers could
Right.
still end up. Now we would need a lot to happen, but even the number 1 seed is not mathematically impossible. Now, I'm not saying that it's likely, don't get me wrong, but I am saying that it's not impossible for the Panthers to get that.
Right.
So we really need to be hoping for Green Bay and Philadelphia to catch some L's in the next coming weeks. And, who knows where we could be looking at, like.
Well, it looks to me like should we make the playoffs, knock on wood here, we're going to be probably going to have a visitor come into the bank either from the NFC North or the NFC West. It's going to be one of those. So you're looking at Rams, Niners, Seahawks, Bears, Packers, or maybe even Lions.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much I think the Rams, if they beat, I mean, it's crazy that like you said, it's pretty hectic this last month of the year because, I mean, everybody's kind of playing everybody. The Rams have the Lions this week. That'll be a good game. Green Bay, Denver, that's a good game. So you got some good games coming up.
Hey, Cody, can we do a playoff simulator? There's one on the Athletic, and there's one on the Athletic, and there's one on ESPN.
Yeah, send it to me in the
Which one?
In the Elite 2.0 chat. Or the private chat, it don't matter, whatever.
Which one you want?
Well, it don't matter, whatever.
Seeing that Panthers logo on that board right there makes me want to cry.
I know, doesn't it? The Panthers are first place, boys. Let's go. We need this, man. We need this. I tell you, like, I understand it's a victory for us to have even won more games than we did last year. But, man, we're so close. I don't want to just narrowly miss the playoffs. But, boys, if I'm being real, I feel like it's going to come down to week 17. I feel like it really could. Obviously, I want the Panthers to win the next 4 games. But, boys, I feel like we know that this team, they would much rather put us through the heart trauma of, you know, having it be decided in the final weeks of the season. All right, this is. All right,
I was gonna say, hey, dude, if we win the next 2, we clinch the division. Do we take it easy for a couple weeks?
No.
Well, see, that's what I was saying earlier. We could, and I don't oppose. I don't want to do that, but I understand what I would do though, Christensen. There's certain ones I would, players I would take. For example, I Taylor Moton. I may let Taylor Moton rest a week. You know,
Derek Brown
Rico.
too.
I may give Rico a day off. Derek Brown, I may give. Now I'm not sacrificing my wins for him, and these are purely to get younger players to play a little. It's not to get a backup that you're going to cut in the offseason playing time. Fuck that.
So, Pickle, what am I doing here with this?
Okay. So what you're going to do at the very top of it, you're going to see where it says Tampa and the Bucks.
Yeah, we have to pick every game.
Yeah. But what you've already picked these 2. This is already done, the Tampa and the Bucks. But for example, I should have just sent you a link and I could run this.
Right, yeah. Is there one that does like an auto sim?
Yeah, let me send you the Athletic one. It's easier.
Oh, how about this? Don't send it to me. Just pull up yours and share it.
I will.
And then I'll just put it up on screen.
Yeah, that would be easier.
Don't you put that money on that game, JJ? Don't you do it?
All right.
Don't you do it?
JJ say that money's burning a hole in his pocket.
Go ahead, JJ. It's your money.
So this is the simulator?
Right. There's the simulator. Now you could just to show I have to go over and pick my team, but you could go and pick all these games. This is where you can find out your seeding, right? If you wanted to. So folks, you go out there and pick all these games. You can figure out all this shit about seedings, or you could just cheat and just do this. You can say Panthers or Saints, which one wins that one? I say the Saints. So I'm gonna pick. No shit, the Panthers will win that one. And if the Panthers win the Bucks, then we can lose both these, and we still will host a wild card. So we got the division. Either one. If we win them, ain't nothing gonna change.
Now, what happens if we lose the Saints one?
If we lose the Saints one and we win the others, we still won. You can lose the Saints and the Seahawks. We still have a wild card.
And we'd be out though if we lost.
Right, but see what I'm saying? So you gotta. So So if
Saints one is important.
that's at
what it is.
50%, and that is depending on Tampa Bay schedule. So
Go ahead,
the
put the bars all the way
easiest.
back in winning column right quick. I want to see what that looks like again. That's
See,
what's
I
gonna
don't
happen.
blame you, bro.
see.
What happens
Ooh.
what if we lost the Bucks one, the second one,
Which
not the
one?
last one? Yeah, that one. So we'd have to. Okay, so
Yeah.
we would have.
So even if we lose the first Bucks game, as long as we win the second one, because we're still the reason why is because Tampa losing to this threw them behind the 8 ball.
Yes.
I've done this for Tampa. The only way Tampa wins this at all, Tampa has to win. If Tampa beats us and they lose to the Dolphins and they lose to
So
the
what happens if Tampa
We're out.
wins their if Tampa wins their next two, we're out?
No.
If Tampa wins against us and the Dolphins and loses to the Panthers, it's 50-50. The reason why it goes beyond win-loss to strength of schedule and all that tiebreaker.
So
So
basically,
then, who would win
Cody.
the tiebreaker in that
Cody.
scenario?
So basically,
it would vary on. It doesn't tell me that.
Yeah,
Like
go
Okay.
to
Seahawks or something.
Okay,
Right.
Cody. Now we can finally talk. There's no more interruptions and everything stuff. That guy was, I don't know. Anyway,
That's
basically what happened is when the Atlanta Falcons beat the Bucks, it essentially put Carolina in a so much advantageous situation
Mhm.
because if they take care of business against the Saints, the Bucks are fucked. Even though I listen to the Bucks podcast, they want them to lose, but if basically in a sense, the Saint to the Bucks to have a virtual chance of however they're playing, they have to have the Saints beat the Panthers. If the Panthers handle business on Sunday, they pretty much have 3 chances to win the division. Pretty much.
So
Actually, there's a scenario where if the Panthers, if they win the next 2 games, they win the division, of course. There's a scenario where that we can have a bye week, our own bye week, if they can play outright, if they can win these 2 games, play hard against the Seahawks. I get it. You got to play hard because you see what the seeding falls. And have a pretty much bye week for week 18.
damn.
Well, yeah, because
like sitting our players.
That's what I was explaining earlier, though. For the Panthers, if you win your next 2 games, you could use the 17 and 18 and just play all your backups. And like Christensen said, just rest all your starters. Now, Mike McKay agreed that probably wouldn't be logical. David Canales probably wouldn't do that, but David Canales would rest a few people. You know what I'm saying? And you never know between now and then who may be slightly banged up.
So basically, I was talking to Ant the other day, today on Twitter,
right?
And Robert Hunt was going through walkthroughs.
Right.
And I said, and I was like, people were saying, why is Robert Hunt doing it? He doesn't look good. I'm like, no, he is his personal mind. If the Panthers win the next 2 games, he's playing that wild card. He's playing that first in the playoffs. Because in essence, Dave Canales, he would not rest his starters for 2 weeks. No. But if they win the next 2 games, week 18 is a bye week.
Right.
Or resting a starters.
But see, Kenny Pickett's starting for the Raiders. The Eagles are struggling mightily.
Exactly.
I don't expect the Raiders to win, but in a hypothetical situation, if they did, it throws a kink in right in that scenario right there. Not for us.
I'll say this: I've seen some wild shit this year. Anything's possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Especially when it comes
exactly,
to
exactly.
our
But
conference, anything's possible.
right, but
They could. The
it
Panthers can fuck around and get the 3 seed. Yes.
right. Right, but some of these are logical because some these games are important. Let me find it. Like the Chiefs and the Chargers. If the Chiefs come out of nowhere and beat the Chargers because what's his name's hurt, it may throw them back in the playoff. If the Browns pull a cork out of their butt and beat the Bears, it might throw the Bears completely out of the playoffs. All these are the Packers and the Rams and the Lions. If the Lions beat the Rams this week, it throws them from the number 2 seed. And it also pushes the Lions back into the playoffs, possibly as a division game, as a division leader. So every single win here and there changes all this.
All
And
I'm
back there on
thinking,
week 16, if the Rams beat the Seahawks are going to come in and face us in week 17 as a must-win game. I mean, it gets. I mean, I have sat there countless times and just pick games just to see how the seeding rises up, just to see how it plays out. There are scenarios where we can get the 2nd seed, and a lot's going to happen to get the number 1 seed. That likely will not happen, but more than likely, for us to get the division title is the best way to go about it. And in reality, it's better if we win the next 2 games. That way we can use 16 and 18 to get healthy if we need it. For example, that might be a game where you allow Jimmy Horn Jr. to play more wide receiver. Why not? You can do that.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to it.
Rookie.
That is an interesting question, what this team would do in the event that you did lock up the playoffs. Like,
Right.
for example, before you played Seattle, are you going to go in there trying to go toe-for-toe with Seattle with all
Right.
your best players if you know you have the division on lock? Like, I
Right.
don't know. I know you have to play some of them, but that
Right.
would be interesting because this is uncharted territory for
Nick,
us.
I'm sorry. Cody, my opinion is this New Orleans game, they better come out swinging and get the win.
Yeah.
Act like they're the Patriots, the 2007 Patriots. You better act like.
Yeah, I agree. And see that's what I'm saying. I believe this game against the Saints is in Canales' head in a good way. Because he watched, if you listen to his pressers, he watched when we was on our bye week, he watched the Bucs and the Saints game.
Mm-hmm.
And I have no doubt that he watched this Falcon and Bucs game. And he watched this. Why? Because he's learning and he's processing. He admits that between some of the games we've mentioned, the Niner game, the Saints game, some of those games, he admits were on him and his play calling. He's acknowledging the fact that he has to call more runs. He's acknowledging the fact he was on one of the little Panther shows, and he acknowledged, he said, if I call X amount of runs, and if I see earlier when he was trying to use Chuba and Rico both, he was letting Chuba run a series and then Chuba run a series, and he's learned from then that didn't work. You go to the hot hand. In the last game, for example, Chuba was the hottest guy running during that game. That don't mean the next game Rico might be the hot guy. And if Rico's the hot guy, he gets more of the carries. So it doesn't really help Panther fans get divulged and fall in love with one player because like it was with D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart, you had to cheer for both because you didn't know whoever was having the hottest hand during that game. During the game you were taking on. And one team like the Raiders could come in with the house on fire, Kenny Pickett knows the Eagle offense. He was with the Eagles last year. He got the Super Bowl ring. He could come in, blow apart the Eagles, and people say, "What the hell?" And then
Who
all
do
of a
y'all?
sudden, the Eagles are questioning whether they're even going to make the playoffs.
Let me ask y'all this: who's the most dangerous team in the NFC right now?
If they get their head on, if they get in the NFC, if they get their head on straight, the Packers.
I'd agree.
If they get their head on straight, if they don't overthink shit,
I
the Packers.
just, I don't feel like Green Bay is running the ball that great this year. I feel like if you shut down their pass attack, then they sort of fizzle out.
Yeah, because their head coach isn't confident enough in the run game to keep up. I don't believe it's Green Bay.
I'll tell you who it is.
Go ahead.
The Bears.
If we're playing that, if we get their head on straight, it's the fucking Panthers.
Yeah,
I agree to that. I agree to that.
Tell me
'Cause
why,
nobody knows what we're going to do, and we're a team nobody wants to play. Look, think about it. We've beat the Packers. We've beat the Rams.
Well, I feel like we're so
Hell,
easily
I mean,
pickle. In a
because of
perfect
the
world,
losses.
Right.
if we don't drop the Saints in Arizona, we could have been fighting for the 1 seed.
You're right. You're right. I mean, the NFL playoffs are a crapshoot this year. They really are, because if you're the Rams, you lose a few games this year, and all of a sudden you're now a wild card instead of the top seed. You're going to tell me you're going to come back to the bank where you got your butt whooped once? Packers are the same way. Packers drop a game or two and they're the wild card. All of a sudden they're coming to Charlotte where they've already lost. Or you're the 49ers and you beat us in your house and now you're coming to our house. Pay back a bitch.
Christian, why did you think the Panthers are the most dangerous team?
Okay, so yeah, dude. So it starts with the offensive line, then the running game. If Bryce is at his best or his ability, then you've got T Mac and Coker, and hopefully XL can not drop a ball, and if Canales in the offense is firing on all cylinders, then and not turning the ball over, that's a really hard offense to scheme against and beat right now. We're playing a brand of football, hard nosed, that not a lot of teams are set up for right now. And our defense, they're kind of overachievers. We don't get sacks, but we collapse the pocket. We're like a vice grip. I think that's what Ivero likes to do. It's not flashy. We haven't gotten a lot of numbers, but with our zone scheme, it puts pressure on these quarterbacks that are more used to going off script and making plays. So that's why someone like Tyler Shuck was able to make some plays, because he got out of the pocket. So if we collapse it, then I think we're better off. It's not flashy, and we all fucking hate it. We want some sacks, but our we have covered well. So, dude, and I think that right now, we're learning. We're on the ascension. We're learning who we are, and we got some dogs. Dan got us some dogs who want to play football, like playing football, and dude, I don't know. That's why I'm thinking, dude, we could easily be the most scary team in the NFC right now.
Easily, we could be the most scary team. Hey, let me welcome in my boy JJ back on the free for all. What up, JJ?
What's up, JJ?
Yo,
JJ,
Cody,
what's
I
good?
came up here because I wanted to answer your question.
Talk that shit, bro.
Huh?
I said talk that shit.
I think we're the most dangerous team in the NFC, and here's why. We've already shown we can beat the top two team conference. We did it on the road with one of them. We did it at home without our two best offensive linemen, our two best secondary players, and our leading tackler in Roseboom. All right. Canales just showed he can outcoach a former Super Bowl winning champion coach. All right. And I heard even on another podcast, the reason why this guy didn't believe in the Panthers, to me, is the reason why you should believe in the Panthers. He said you just don't know where it's coming from. And to me, I think that's why you can believe in us. Our quarterback can throw for 450 yards on the best pass defense. We can run the ball down your throat with the top 10 O-line and 2-1K rushers in the backfield. We can spread the ball out on on offense, we just shown we could give it to Coker, we can give it to McMillan, and our defense can go out there in a slugfest rock fight and pound one out too. So, like, we're starting to execute and get rhythm. We're starting to get some loud. And even you showed earlier when it come to these one possession games. Man, you don't want to play us because we win them. We have the
I'm
highest win percentage in the NFL when it comes to 1%, one possession games. So it's like I just think that's a recipe for success. We understand what our identity is and we play to it. And that's a formula for success no matter who you are. So you keep it one possession, and then you trust your quarterback to go out there and get another game-winning drive and put the game to bed, man. Like I don't think anybody wants to play us. And if there's one team though, I will say I don't want to see in the playoffs is Seattle, just because I think they're a little bit better version of us. But outside of that, man, we know we could have beaten the 49ers on that Monday night game in their
Yeah,
building. Like had a few things just gone our way, a few plays gone differently, we could have won that game. We beat the
yeah.
Rams. Um we beat the Packers. We beat the Cowboys. In my opinion, I think we can beat Philly. Jalen Hurts just struggled his ass off with the zone defense, and he has his whole damn career. That's why we almost beat them last year, even with the worst defense in NFL fucking history. Like, I'm not scared of Philly at all. Like, man, there's just the
Especially not
Packers if they
now.
could put it
They're
together. But
playing
like you
terrible.
said, that exactly like. I think we're the most dangerous team in the NFC. If these last 4 games we could put it together, and we really win this division outright with like 10 wins, let alone 11. Because if we get 11, that really means we putting it together. Man, I think, and again, it's really that one possession stuff. Like when it's a close game, that's where we want it to be at. That's where we're best at. When these games are close and they come down to the line, that's where we win it. That's how we win cutter, bro. Like I think that's what make us the most dangerous. When it come down to the margin, we're the ones who want it more. We're gonna figure out a way to win the game more than other teams. I think that's a crazy recipe for success that can take you a far way.
Yeah, and you said that the Seahawks, they're like a slightly better version of us, but bro, I feel like Sam Darnold, for all of the good shit that he does early in the season, balls out, throwing the football downfield. I feel like at the end of every year, he just falls off a cliff, starts throwing interceptions. Like, I feel like that team is very similar to the Minnesota Vikings the year before. It's only as good as Sam Darnold can take them. And I just don't feel like he's a very dependable quarterback in playoff moments like that. So, we've never seen Bryce in these playoff moments. But you're right, though, JJ. I feel like our ability to be a run first football team that can also spread the ball around and push the football downfield, that is a big strength of ours. And I do agree. I don't think any team wants to
We
see us because on any given Sunday, we can beat any of these teams. We've already beaten half of them and almost beat a couple of the other ones. And if we were to beat the Bears and beat their number one pick and the whole trade with the Bears and the number one pick and DJ Moore, like that would just be another cherry on top of the whole thing.
I just feel
I don't know
like
about the Bears, but because
I
they
think the
they
Bears
whack a
are.
little. I don't know, but they win
I
a lot of
think
close games just like us.
I think the Bears are a better version than us. I'm not gonna lie, hold you though. I think the Bears
Why do you say that?
they do the exact same things they do, Cody. Their defense is not good, but they have a whole bunch of turnovers. They have 2 great running backs, and this guy Manungai who came out of nowhere. Sound familiar? And pretty much,
He ain't come out of nowhere.
where was he last year?
Nah, he's a rookie. He was at Rutgers. I knew who he was though.
Okay,
Yeah. So
he's
some of
balling.
these guys, though, some of these most of these teams don't know how to develop their players, and that's the problem. Most NFL coaches, or over half the NFL coaches, don't know how to develop their players. That's why these players are falling off. Is because coaches don't know how to develop their own talent.
Like who is the best team in the NFL right now? Who is the best team? Like anyone could win it
I
this
don't
year.
think there is one. I don't think there is a best team. I think there's some good teams.
The Patriots,
and
the
there's some bad teams.
Broncos.
No.
In my opinion, right now, if I had to pick, I think the Patriots are the best team in the NFL.
Okay, that schedule, Cody.
Nah.
Though that schedule is trash.
I know,
Exactly.
but
That's what I'm saying.
remember, they said the same shit about the Panthers in 2015.
Their schedule.
They
Right.
said
No,
we didn't
no.
play nobody.
No, wait.
Again,
Hold on, Cody.
the
I'm
best.
just saying that team can do everything.
Why not
They
the
can
Broncos?
They can run the ball well. I'm not saying the Broncos, like, bro, it would be so poetic if we either got a Panthers Patriots Super Bowl, or even more poetic if we got a Panthers Broncos Super Bowl.
Bro, I don't want to lose.
That's what
See,
We
think is
gotta
gonna
win
be.
them. Nah, but if that happens, we
I've
gotta win
already-
them though. We gotta
I
win it.
know
I already
we
told
have
Jacob.
to.
Yeah.
Jacob, you remember I said that shit like last week. I think
Yep.
it's gonna be us versus the Broncos, bro. Like
Yep.
the Broncos are the in the AFC, they have the best one possession win percentage as well. So those are two teams that understand. Listen, we're just gonna try and keep it close enough to where we believe our quarterback is gonna pull it out in the end. And I think the Bears are the next highest, right behind us. So it's like they have a similar identity to us, but. Man,
Hey,
like
Cody,
the Bears
What?
in
like-
Seattle, even though Sam Darnold can throw us again.
Right.
Like, look at the Patriots' record. It matches up with the top 10 draft in 2026 Tankathon. Let's look at it. Their schedule
Right.
is like trash. It wasn't like the Panthers.
I'm
even
not
the
sold
Panthers
on
are
the
15.
Patriots.
No, the Patriots are doing
because-
with the Patriots are doing with it, and I would have to admit they're pretty much doing with Drake May. This Drake May, to be honest with you, and the defense is decent.
Yeah, but that's just this year. A lot of
They
that
also
schedule
have a
related.
really good coach.
They
Yeah.
also
Like,
have.
I think the Texans
But-
and the Broncos are the two best
but-
AFC teams.
but
Yes.
but the Patriots.
'Cause they have
The
the two best
Patriots have
defenses.
something. The Patriots have something a lot of these teams don't have. They have a great head coach, who is a defensive-minded coach, and their offensive coordinator is a better offensive coordinator than he ever is a head coach, and he specializes in. He's been with the Patriots for years, and Josh McDaniels, for all the things you don't like him as a head coach,
Mike
he's
Vrabel is
he's
a good
good
in-game
offensive-
manager.
off-
He's got
Yeah,
good
exactly,
time
that's what I'm
management and
saying.
stuff like that.
You put Mike Vrabel into the Patriots without Josh McDaniels, the Patriots wouldn't be that good. So, but a
Yeah, the
lot of that
Patriots knew
goes
what
with
they
what I'm
was doing
saying.
getting him.
You take the Rams, for example. You put them in a situation that they have to go to Green Bay in January. I mean, or even up to Seattle in January. And it's going to be, they ain't going to win those that well because it's outdoor playing in the weather.
This is the time I'm saying right now. I know y'all hate Bryce. I hope you don't like Bryce, but this ain't the time he ain't passed for over 300 yards. I don't give a damn. He passed for 1 yard. It's about winning. That's the stat I care about the most. Just win. Just win. I don't even care about passing yards, rushing yards, who has this, who has that. Just win the game. Just win the game.
And try not to give me a heart
Somebody
attack,
in the
too.
chat said, somebody said in the chat, Panthers bring Delhomme out of retirement. Yeah, Jake does the Panther games, and he already said there's not a snowball chance in hell he's coming out of retirement.
Hey, what would be more
Not one last week he
therapeutic?
did again.
What would be better
No,
for Panther
no,
fans?
to be-
To
be-
beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl or to beat the Broncos?
No, beat the Broncos in that stadium 10 years
Yeah,
to the day,
and it's in
that
Santa
same damn
Clara.
stadium.
Yeah,
Fuck
I
that.
agree. I agree.
Kochry caught that shit.
I want to
Hell
beat the
fucking
Chiefs.
yeah, caught that shit.
You know what would be a double pleasure?
Well, you might have to
You
wait
know
till
what-
next year, Christian.
You know what would be double pleasure? To beat the Broncos and Sean Payton all rolled into one.
I know that's another thing. Being able to get Sean Payton's monkey off our back, like, bro, he has the most punchable face out of any coach.
And you know what? And
That's true. The Patriots did lose to the Raiders.
I slap bitches like Sean Payton.
I believe it.
Sean Payton probably slap you.
Sean Payton is such a bitch that he made Russell Wilson, who doesn't say anything, Russell
But I'd
Wilson
like
doesn't
to
say
see you.
anything.
I like to see you and Sean Payton fight, JJ. No offense, man.
I got my money on JJ.
Broncos
Yeah.
Cody
country.
know what's
Let's
up.
ride.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be. I want to stand in there.
I'm
I'm
gonna
going to be
have Bryce
standing over
Young as my
screaming.
sidekick.
JJ, remember, keep pounding.
Bro, just do the twin double dragon right to his eyeballs. Just poke, just poke him right in the eyes. No, that's all you gotta do.
Just kick him in the nuts. You might have to kick real hard. I've heard he ain't got none. So just say it.
I don't know, man. I think if the Panthers were to make one, let me say this from the NFC, even though we've already beaten them, I think the best or the most stiffest competition for the Panthers is the Rams. It was a close ball game. Matthew Stafford still plays incredible. Devontae Adams is still balling, and they can run the football. They were able to run the football pretty decent. I mean, not great, but for the whole year, they've been running the football well. And I feel like they're a versatile team. They can do a lot. They can do a lot right. They can do a lot well. So I think that that's a team that on the NFC is probably pretty potent. Dude, there's a bunch of teams. How about this, man? Even the Bills. Like the Bills are to me a team that gets hot at the right time. That's another team that if they made it into the playoffs and there's no Kansas City Chiefs, I don't know, man. Maybe they could do it.
And you can't count against Josh Allen either, man. Like
Yep.
we talk about quarterback play when it comes to Drake May with New England. You can't count out Josh Allen with Buffalo. You just
And
can't.
I just saw on Twitter he's having a baby, so now he's got something
Well,
else.
his wife is.
Oh, really? Is that how that works, Pickle?
I mean, well,
Hey,
just to let you know.
I'll tell you right
Hey,
now.
bro,
younger than I am.
Hey, thank God you're here, Pickle.
You know,
Hey,
I do what
Pickle.
I can.
Hey,
Pickle,
he
what? Wait,
wanted to
where
make
are you?
sure. He wanted to
I
make
mean,
sure you won't go.
I
weren't
know,
going
Yeah,
back.
I
I
know
know.
you like,
I'm
I know
just
you
a
like
whippersnapper.
I know you like the conspiracy theories, but
Yeah.
don't go to that one no more.
Okay. I know a little bit about the birds and the bees. I think I'll be okay on that front.
Fucking Pickle pulled
Well,
up. Well,
I know you
technically-
went to Clemson, so I'm not concerned about
All right, shut up. So yeah, man, like I don't know. I think the Bills are a good team going forward. I think bro, the Chargers, they don't have a defensive line, but I do like their offense.
Jake, there's some news about Fernando Mendoza.
Mendoza? What?
Yeah.
What is it?
He won an award.
Yeah, the Heisman. Don't surprise me.
The 2025 Maxwell Award for the most outstanding player.
Bro, my boss is a Raiders fan, and all he wants is to lose and get a quarterback. And
Oh, that's his getting. Yeah.
all I keep thinking about is I think Mendoza is a little too goody two shoes to be a fucking Raider.
Man, I don't know
Well,
that.
I mean,
Once he gets on that uniform, he might be a changed man.
I guess anybody who puts on the Raiders uniform goes from good to bad. They just do.
That's gonna be funny though.
I'll be honest with you, Pickle. I think he has a better chance over there with the Raiders than he does the Jets. I do.
Well, do you? I think I like the
I don't
Jets head
know.
coach better than I like the Raiders head coach.
Dude, the Jets are stocking up.
No, they got a shit ton of picks, but are they gonna be able to hit on them though? Are they gonna hit on them?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they got so many picks. If they hit on half of them, they'd be doing better than they normally do.
I don't know, man. I like a lot of the. I think there's going to be some good.
Oh God, y'all!
Playoff.
Tom Brady's announced that he could definitely play right now if he was in the right place with the familiar offense.
Why does he do? He does that just to get in the storylines, man. I'm tired of that shit. I'm sick and tired of that shit.
Well, suck it up, Buttercup. It ain't going away.
Well, that's too damn bad.
I used to say that about Brett Favre all the time.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, boys. I'm gonna get y'all's prediction for this game this Sunday. Oh, I did want to ask y'all this on the schedule. Like, I feel like we can't just overlook the Saints because they beat us once before. Do you guys feel like the Saints are the best competition that we're going to play the rest of our schedule? Or do y'all just think it's the Seahawks?
I think the best competition. You said best competition.
I mean, from the rest of our schedule. So, which is the Saints, Tampa.
I think I'm going to go
and the Seahawks.
Tampa. I think it's Tampa just because we play them twice, man. That's it. I think it's Tampa mainly.
It would make sense to say that, but as far as the best team is the Seahawks, but the best competition we're going to have is going to be Tampa.
Boys, remember the Saints.
Tampa's got something to play for.
In the past month, the Saints have a top 5 defense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what they got. I got Roy on my side.
I tell you what, I'm going to say this, and I'll only say it once. Well, I'll probably say it more than that. But if I'm the Saints, I'm not drafting a quarterback. I'm going to keep the one they got now and grow on it and develop and just work on him.
Yeah, I had to admit that he surprised me. He's way better than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, he does. And as a rookie, he plays a little bit better. Just imagine how it'll be in a couple of years. So, if they develop him right. But but that's all I want to say. I believe it's to Tampa, but at the same time, Tampa has to go take on next week we take on Tampa. Then after that, they take on the Dolphins.
Dude,
Tampa could implode. If we beat Tampa next week, they could implode.
Well,
they're already imploding.
My answer is I agree with Jake, and I think Pickle said it too. I think Tampa's going to be the toughest competition, especially if we beat the Saints. Because unless they're I've never seen an NFL team start to implode with playoff opportunities on the line and then continue to implode. I think they're going to get it together and really give us the best that they have in the bank. Should we beat the Saints, or even if we don't beat the Saints, I think they're going to be a tough team.
Why would I just pause? Yeah, I mean, dude, to me, this Panthers team, they have to really show something against the Saints. We need to be able to depend on this team. And the only way we do it is if we beat the Saints in a convincing fashion. And, we lost to them earlier this year, and it was unacceptable to lose to them the way they did. If we can beat the Saints in a convincing fashion, then I think the Saints are going to steamroll their way to probably the 4th or 3rd seed, maybe. Come on, man. I can't even believe we're in this position. Who thought we would be at this position at the start of this year?
I dreamed about it.
There were people. There were some folks that did, but none of them on this panel. I can name you a few that did. I can name you a few that thought we would be. D Money and G Baby, but they're not on the panel right now. So I know because I didn't think we would be. And I thought there was smoke.
I always believed. I never doubted him.
Yeah, with your 4 and whatever.
Four
all right. Y'all shut up. I'm going to take all y'all out. See? I can do that. I'm a bully. I always believed. I never didn't. I always knew they could do it. I was predicting 12 wins from jump. What? Say something. Oh, that's right. Y'all can't. Y'all in the background. Damn. It be like that sometimes. All right, I'm going to get y'all's predictions for the Saints game, and we're going to get up out of here.
This man thought we were going to go 12-5.
That's right.
You know what, Cody? I never doubted you, Cody.
He also thought Clemson was going to win a national title.
He did.
Tampa, the Saints are going to lose 10-32.
Ooh, I like that.
The player of the game is Bryce Young with 400 yards throwing and 2 touchdowns running.
All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. Christian, give me your player of the game, final score, and who wins.
All right. I think the last time I did this, we had an awesome game. So I'm going to say the Saints beat us 19-16.
That reverse jinx. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Who's the player of the game?
Player of the game. Holy crap. Tyler Shuck.
Oh, shucks.
I had to do it, man. I gotta do whatever I can. Gotta do my part.
Hey, I did it on my pick'ems. I had to do it. I had to pick the Saints to win in order for us to win. On my pick'ems app, I had to do it.
I literally said the Rams were gonna put 40 on us and make us look silly. So, hey, man.
Yeah. So, Jake, who you picking right now? Who's the player of the game? Who's going to win?
Out and about, I think we're going to win 24-17. Player of the game is going to be Roy, a.k.a. Nalo, a.k.a. Teteroa McMillan. I think he's going to get Rookie of the Year, and he's going to be player of the game. He's going to get 2 tutties, and we're going to win, like I said, 24-17. Panthers, keep pounding.
Keep pounding. I am also picking the Carolina Panthers. I think we are going to win 24-17. Player of the game, Teteroa McMillan with another 2 touchdown performance. Shout out to the boys. Get it in, Pickle. You know you want to say some shit before we.
Yeah. Just what I meant to say this earlier. Shout out to the Falcons tight end
Kyle Pitts
and Kirk Cousins, who are both getting ready to hit free agency, who just proved on national television that they're worthy of another high contract by somebody else not named the Falcons.
Funny how Cousins makes that happen.
Yeah, right at the end of the year, after most fantasy football things are done, after the Falcons are put in a situation that they're not going to see Kyle Pitts back. But yeah, Kirk Cousins is going to go somewhere and be a starting quarterback. I believe, and I'll make a prediction, I believe he'll be back in Minnesota as a starting quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I appreciate the Falcons for helping us out, but I still wish bad things for their future. Because I'm real petty that way. And that's just how I am. But I do wish the Panthers continue to win and win out and get a W in New Orleans in the Superdome. We need this one for the culture, baby. We need this one. The fans need this one. We will be feeling damn good rolling into that Tampa Bay game if we're flying high off of a W in the Big Easy. My name is Cody Lashley. This has been another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All. We appreciate y'all spending your Friday evening with the boys. Everyone have a safe, healthy weekend. Enjoy time off with friends and family. And we will see y'all Sunday for another edition of the C3 Post Game Show. Love y'all, boys. It's not a post game show?
This is not a post game show. You said
no, on Sunday will be a post game show.
Yeah.
See, Pickle, I just had to throw off my whole damn.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's what I'm here for, brother. Keep your life exciting.
Just for that, I'm gonna drop you off before we get out of the phone. See, I realized I've not been enough of a bully with my.
I got promoted. Always coming for Pickle's job. That's what I was.
Nah, just me and Jake.
Damn.
Dang. Jake, you got anything to say about?
Nah, I'm just looking forward towards the game, man. I think we're honestly going to win this football game. I really do.
Rock on. Rock on. Rock on. All right, I'll let y'all boys in one more time before we get out of here.
Oh.
All right.
Hey, Christian, if you want my job, brother, you can have it. I'll give it to you.
What is it? Nah, man. I know Cody don't pay shit.
That's right. I don't pay shit. All right, boys. Everybody have a wonderful evening. I will see y'all Sunday for the post-game show. We're in first place, baby. Keep pounding.